Yeah, okay. Welcome to the Midnight Fish reading. My name's Tristan, this is my channel, Midnight Fish. And I'll be starting the reading off today with a card from my mum's deck. It's a real basic reading, it's just 3 rows, 3 cards each, past, present, future. So should get a good 40 minutes out of this read at least. The more cards you draw, the more you can talk. Although I guess some readers just read off energies, they don't even use cards. I like the pictures, that's why I use them. Oh, the owls again, cool. This is all about communication. The owls is also like esoteric knowledge. I'll read the poem. The bird means grief, but remain in good cheer. Woes will be brief when the birds disappear. If this card is found far distant from you, a voyage is bound to loom into view. So you might be going on a trip somewhere, or yeah. Oh, there's a snake there. I like snakes. You know, people always give them bad rap, but they're pretty cool creatures, really. It's the Bible's fault. Like everybody forgot it wasn't actually literal. It wasn't a real snake. And it wasn't even Satan, because they don't mention Satan in the original text. It's just a snake. Anyway, that's just what I've been reading about today. The chasm and the chasm. The chasm and the gateway. You can see what kind of reading this is going to be. Quite funny. All right, let's read from the book. It's quite cool having these 2 cards next to each other. It's like taking a leap off a cliff and then hoping you'll find something, and you find a pathway, a gateway. Fear of the unknown, emptiness, a time of loss. The chasm card reveals a deep place in us that we are unfamiliar with. Toss a stone in and you might never hear it hit the bottom. It is a void that things fall into and are lost, seemingly forever. There is no way to know what lies beyond what we can see, yet we are compelled to peer over the edge, to understand the depths within us all and remember what we lost. Keep your curiosity alive, but mind the gap, so don't fall over the edge. So terrible advice I started off with, but yeah, I'd want to jump in. I've been on mountains where, like in Cape Town in Table Mountain, where all the clouds come all the way around and you're on the peak, or Lion's Head on top of Signal Hill, and everywhere you look it's just clouds. The city disappears. It's beautiful. You feel like you're in another world. So yeah, something inside you, some void that you want to understand, but you shouldn't fall in it, basically. Maybe there's a pattern where you do fall into this void, and maybe it's saying to find a gateway instead. New opportunities, expansion, crossing a threshold. The gateway card comes to us at a time of transition. A gateway signifies an entrance, a mile marker, the next stage of a process. Symbolically, it is a learning experience, a leveling up, the boundary between the past and the future. You are about to cross into a new way of being. Prepare yourself. Oh, well, that makes sense. I suppose if you don't keep going into this void, you'll find a new path. Anyway, I forgot to say this reading's for water signs, or if you've got water in your charts, or if you're just feeling a bit watery today. Yeah, which it leaves it open for quite a lot of people. When I shuffled earlier, the Magician came up underneath, and we've got the Ace of Skates and the Wayfarer, the Fool. Instability, danger, uselessness. And the path ahead, adventure, choices. So like starting something new, but you feel a bit unsteady doing it. Maybe it's because it's not part of your usual pattern, or yeah, you're out of a cycle. You found a new way. All right. Baron of Vessels, drunkenness, carousing, moderation. You having a good time? The sin of envy behind that again. You're having such a good time, people are envious of you. Yeah, happiness haters, isn't it? That's the lingo. Probably go out of fashion the minute I say it. When I see people who are happy, I'm happy for them. We got the King of Coins here again. Hoarding, inheritance, unwillingness to share. This is about the putting money first when it shouldn't be. No one in the bed with him. I'd rather die poor but with somebody in the bed with me than die with lots of money. Yeah. And then Kings of the East. Stable male power. I'm working towards something. Maybe you've got some good male power around you, or you've tapped into your own male energies. In the past, we got ignorance. The flower pusher. Queen of berries. Present. Flip your neck. Roots out. Oh, God. I feel like I need sunglasses when this one comes up. Death. And the world. Whoa. And then future sin of pride. Virgin Mother. Queen of birds. Okay. Sorry, I'm just mumbling there to myself. We've all got those filler words we put in. Like, yeah. Just gives your brain a minute to think. I was always told when I was in school you shouldn't do that. That it shows like you're not confident enough or something. I didn't really understand it. I guess if you too much, it might be off-putting. So in the past, we've got ignorance, which is about not following the crowd. The flower pusher, which is about strength I'm getting here, not so much forcing, but of kind of justice. And the Queen of berries, fertility, a powerful female, motherhood. So it kind of looks like through strength, your own inner strength, and perhaps telling a few people your truth, that you've come into your female power and become a powerful female. And that's not going with the crowd. This card I love, it's all about this woman at the back with the owl. And we've got the owl again coming up. That knowledge, that inner knowledge. You've got to listen to yourself sometimes, you know. Complete isolation is never good, because you can make decisions that somebody might have obviously told you wasn't a good one. If you trust your friends, you trust their advice, you know, your family and your friends. But this is about your truths, your core beliefs, how you see the world, what you believe to be right for yourself and for the people around you that you love. Yeah, King of Wands and justice, yes, quite fiery. Determination to stand in your own truth, and you took action, it seems. Fiery action. Yeah, and in doing so, it caused you a lot of late night, up at night, stressing about it, and you've had to hold back a lot. Hold back, maybe expressing some feelings, like maybe, you know, because sometimes we have reactions and things like anger come out. You can feel it boiling inside you and you have to decide where to put it. What are you going to do? You're going to let it out? Sometimes people's gaskets go. You can see when they snap. Just bend. Bend. And if you're going to snap, at least make a creaking noise so like the person knows you're about to snap. Just go. I mean, if they keep pushing you, depends on you, really. I think the older and tireder I get, the less inclined I am to spend energy on being upset too much. I'd rather be happy. Let's be happy. But it seems like you've bared this. You've had to bear it because you've made the decision to do it. And it's taken a lot of strength. It has something to do with tradition. Oh, and there's 2 cups. Something to do with tradition and a decision. Some spying energy there. Somebody you've been watching perhaps, and a new beginning. But we got the Hierophants come out here, and it's drawn me here to the World card, which is about traditions. In a way, it's about religion. And got cross in this card, you know, very heavily religious there. But I'll get to the present in a bit. It's still in the past. Let's put all these cards back, please. Let's go to strength. Also, maybe you've had to tell some people things they didn't want to hear. It's to do with justice. Some sort of justice. Whatever that means to you. Everyone's personal justice is different. 3 cups involving many people. Something to do with your own fulfillment. Yeah, independent energy, working together energy. You've got to balance those in your life. And you've had to communicate very directly about this. Something to do with your 10 pentacles. What your 3D fulfillment looks like. Oh, and you did this very quickly. And fiery. Did you stick that wand up people's butts? Something akin to that. Knight of Wands. I always look at him like he's ready for action. He doesn't look too erratic to me. And he's in the pyramids. You get the sphinxes here. Traveling around doing lots of errands and sorting things out. Don't know what it's got to do with. Perhaps your 10 of Pentacles and what this is, the fertility, a powerful female, motherhood. Maybe that's what was at stake if you didn't steer clear of going with the crowd. And didn't make sure that you were strong enough to take direct action, direct fiery action. Judgment there again. Some sort of judgment you made. Queen of Berries. I like it. He's bringing her a big strawberry. Yeah, very cool. Your 10 Pentacles. Oh, the Devil behind that. And the Queen of Cups. Oh, you're feeling knocked out. There's 5 Pentacles there. Something to do with love and devil desires, like obsession. 10 Pentacles. This is about what your 3D fulfillment looks like. Your just what satisfies you. Oh, there's been a lot of arguing about this, but you've stood independently. You want to be independent. You want to be this lady. The 9 Pentacles. Okay. Maybe that's why you've had to take this action here. So that you can be. Because that's the best way to stand from. And whatever you're doing in life, it's always good to be independent. Obviously, when you're in partnership, it's different. You negotiate with each other. But could be that you're single. So motherhood, fertility, a powerful female. In this card, she looks like a powerful female. Yeah. Let's see. I can imagine her kids are sorted. Yeah. But it's involved a lot of skirmishes to get to this. Yeah. Okay. All right. Presently, you're in the River to Hell, which is, if I remember correctly, because it's such a terrible card. Well, not terrible. Well, I mean, terrible in the way it is. Or like an awesome terribleness. I don't know how to explain that. It's just like, yeah. Is it death? The 9 of Swords. And, oh, man, for fuck's sake. Maybe I'll read it tonight and you can read it. It's terrible. No, I'm not going to read it. And the Tower. So that there's a tower. We got death twice here now. This is why I thought it was a bit overkill, because they have a death card and a 9 of Swords card anyway. It's like they've duplicated all the worst cards. Yeah, that's bosh for you, I guess. So you're going through a real tough time, basically, and that's an understatement. But it's leading to 3 Wands and 3 Pentacles. Maybe you'll transform into an Emperor then. Yeah, so this is a tough time, a challenge. It's just your worst nightmare, basically, the River to Hell. But the great thing about it is there's fast movement, which is there's chariot energy here as well. The river goes out eventually. You just have to get through it. So it's about your worst temptations, the devil. It's about 9 swords. So here we've got 9 swords has come up twice now. It's about staying up late at night and overthinking and being trapped and regret and all sorts. And then you've got the Tower, which is everything around you is crumbling. Obviously to hopefully make a new beginning. So Tower, Death and 9 of Swords. And you've got Death and 9 of Swords. surprised the Tower hasn't come up. And it's all to do with your 10 pentacles, and there's the Devil. Wow, that hasn't changed much at the bottom at all. That's very determined to stay there. Yeah. King of Pentacles. So the Devil's come up twice now. Yeah, there he is. The Devil, Tower, and the Nine of Swords. 7 Cups, so many things. And an Emperor. Wow. Oh, something ended with an Emperor in your life, or are you having to be an Emperor to get through this river to hell? That, I guess that just, however that resonates. There's illusion here. And you know, when the Devil comes up teamed up with Death and the Tower and the Nine of Swords, it's not very positive. This is a narcissist, really. Yeah. So maybe you've got someone in your life that's overly controlling. Or you're an Emperor that can't make a decision. Who's behind the cloak? The magic cloak. You can't make a decision. Maybe that's why you're in a river to hell. Yeah, and something to do with your 10 of Pentacles. So family, you know, wealth, stability, enduring legacy, your descendants and what they will have. A lot of responsibility as well. People always look at this as the best card in the world, but it's the Tree of Life, which is the very heavy thing, really. It's this very important thing. There's dogs in this picture, and I bet there's kids in the back somewhere. There's like buildings, there's business going on and things happening. It's like a lot of responsibility. Yeah, it's like a life and death kind of thing. So yeah, looks like you just need to make a choice, because you have a lot of choices and there's some level of illusion going on here. It's almost like some of these cups might not hold what they say they will hold. Yeah. Okay. So here we've got Death. So something's ended. I feel like totally shuffling that away. There we go. Let's see if that comes back. Dare to. What's that? The Empress. The Death. Something's ended. Currently, this is all present. So that deck's getting a bit. The 10 of Pentacles and the Devils. And I shuffled that away. It has come back. I put that back in the middle. Wow, you've had to go inwards. You feel locked out. You feel very locked out of something. And you're seeking some introspection. Oh, the 7 of Swords obviously always turns up with the Devil. Something to do with your 10 Pentacles. Something to do with chains and your base temptation, your addictions, obsessive thoughts, sin. I mean, the Devil's always seen as this terrible thing, but it's not really. It's just, you know, a fight with our inner self. You want to make sure that you're making the right decision, I guess, and not being a victim to your urges. Something to do with love, but you feel locked out. Maybe you haven't got any love in your life at the moment. I don't know. So it's something to do with your 10 of Pentacles. Something has ended. There's a chance for a rebirth though, because we've got the World straight after. Something to do with an Empress. Some Empress in your life, or your own Empress energy. So creativity, birth. She's beautiful. You know, if this is a person in your life, this might be somebody you want to be with. Maybe that's what you're looking for here in your various phases. And then we have the 2 of Cups. Yeah, so it's definitely a love thing. It's about who you're making a contract with. So something's ended. Has it ended with this Empress? I don't know. So it's either ended or something's ended so you can go towards it. I can't tell. Every card, they all have different interpretations. Yeah. And so because the World's straight after. So you got the World, perfection, completion, victory, religion. Is this to do with religion, or is it because this means the world to you? Because it could mean that you want something to be completed. Sometimes cycles have to end. Perhaps that's why the Death card is there. It's a new beginning for you. A Page of Wands and the Fool, a new beginning. And then we have the King of Wands. Here's this fiery energy again, Justice, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it's venturing out into something new that's going to be very creatively fulfilling. It'll fire up your passions. It's doing just all those exciting things in life. The Pages, the Wands suit always gets a bit of a bad rap, especially in romance reads, like the player. It's just the zest for life, isn't it? The spark. The Fool. Page of Pentacles. And Temperance. Lovely. So yeah, it's something small that will start. It has to have a base. So we've got the Page of Pentacles. It's like a small offer or very earthy, stable energy. So it's like a base of things to work from. It could be something you're working on. It could be whatever this Empress and Two Cups business is. But you want this peace in your life. This Temperance here, the Angel. Yeah. It's quite cool. We got Jesus here and an angel. So maybe this connection is protected as well. That's one way to interpret that. It might require patience to get the world, and you have to start somewhere, right? You have to start somewhere. Like, here's the start. But eventually get the world. Yeah. Nice. Very nice. All right, so we got the future here, which is obviously subject to change, as I always say, but, you know. Let's hope it changes for the better. It's a bit interesting. We've got the Sin of Pride, so taking care of yourself, perhaps. These aren't challenge positions, so I'm just taking the energy from the cards. It could be about being too concerned about your image. We've also got the Virgin Mother here, which is about motherhood, care and compassion, divine feminine. So you're trying to look good and you're trying to be loving. We've got a third owl here on the head of this person. Queen of Birds, dull outlook, austerity, piety, knowledge. I don't like the first couple. I'm like, what is dull outlook? Queen of Birds. I'm just going to read the meaning. Maybe it'll help me understand, because I've not had this card before. A walking nun's head with an owl perched in her crown. The Queen of Birds is a strange creature, but is filled with knowledge and piety. Her unnecessary parts have been eliminated. Only her mind and her feet remain. Yeah, she's got two little feet there. The owl that has nested in her hair is a result of her spiritual knowledge. Her eyes and those of the owl above her see everything with perfect clarity and understanding. The Queen of Birds holds her words and only speaks to teach or enforce commands issued from a higher power. Look closely at the woman in the back of the crowd on the ignorance card with a bird on her head. Oh, I didn't know those two cards were connected. Look at that. So those two cards are connected. That takes you right back to the beginning. Like a cycle. There is our Queen of Birds. So the Queen of Birds is here twice. So she's in this reading here. She's here, the Queen of Birds. Is this you? You this Queen of Birds? You clever. You don't follow the crowd. You look. But maybe sometimes knowledge is a burden. Calm, composed, and keeping her thoughts to herself, she silently communicates with the viewer. This figure may represent a mother or grandmother figure to the reader. So it could be a feminine energy in your life, or it could be you. You might be a mother. We've got birth energy here. I don't really want to talk about babies and stuff because people get very, yeah, it's emotional. It can trigger people. Sin of Pride, appearance, vanity, physical well-being. So are you looking after yourself, or is this you looking after yourself too much? A tower's happened. The fucking tower's come out now. Like twice. I was talking about that earlier. Look at that. Look at that. It's not a magic trick, folks. It's not a magic trick. Jesus, and Judgment's coming up again. Can you just calm down for a minute? Flipping heck. All right. All right. Okay. 5 cups. All right, so, I mean, that's kind of the feeling you get after a tower. A tower had stayed there, came back. Flipping heck. Some sort of tower has made you really look at how you look. and it's changed your perspective on how you look at how you look. Yeah, and this was after some contemplation time. There's some regret here. What's this regret? Maybe it's on the past, who knows? So, 5 wands. Oh, what the fuck? Sorry, Ace of Wands. Competition. Okay. So maybe there's been some sort of competition and you've had to really, maybe you need to look good to win this competition. I don't know. It's some sort of prize. There's an Ace of Wands here, which is normally like seen as a new start, a new beginning, the spark of life, which I've spoken a lot about here previously, or a big hard on. But I don't think it is in this case. I mean, it could have come up here, but it didn't. It's some sort of torch, almost like a gift. It's a gift. Yeah. More than an offer, really. It's something that can grow. Yeah, something that can grow. But it's been competition, so maybe you had to look really good and keep yourself fit and be happy. So that's coming up in the future, apparently. So in the future, you're going to be in competition. It's going to make you want to look your best. Yeah, for some sort of prize. Don't know what the prize is. Or a new start. It might be a new start with this person or someone else. Who knows? Page of Wands. Some kind of new start. Okay, all right. So what's this Virgin Mother about? So motherhood, caring, compassion, divine feminine. Looks like a lot of self-care in the future. So this is like looking after yourself here. I don't know what this competition energy is about. Maybe you're vying for the attention of someone. Or an opportunity, maybe some sort of work opportunity where you have to look really good. There are things like that. You know, I know we'd like to think anyone can get any kind of job, but certain jobs, they, yeah, not to insult any religions, but you know, some religions, when they send out their missionaries, they're the best looking ones. And they do that on purpose. They don't send out just anyone. It's purposeful. Anyway, sorry. I hope I haven't offended anyone. I'm sure you'll put it in the comments if I have. If I have, I apologise. I'm in an apologetic mood tonight. Yeah. All right. So, Virgin Mother. Divine Feminine. So you're really focused on your family. Yeah, you're King of Pentacles. Your stability. What matters to you. Your kids and family. Keeping things organised in the home. This is all happening in the future. So you're looking after yourself and you're looking after your kids. Some sort of Wheel of Fortune here with a love offer. Queen of Swords. It's very... So even though you're being a Virgin Mother, you're not taking any nonsense. You've learned your lesson here about your sword. Who protects the baby. Yeah. Queen of Swords. You have to have that duality within yourself. You can be this very kind, compassionate, caring person, but you can also be the person who wields the sword and tells people where to go. It doesn't have to be rude. There's lots of very easy ways of doing it, but don't take nonsense, I guess. Don't accept offers that don't suit you. We have 4 of Cups here and Justice. There must be justice in what you let into your life. This is in the future. It's telling you that you're going to get offered a lot, maybe. Maybe after you win this prize. I don't know if it's saying you're going to win it there. It just says there's competition. I can't... It looks like you're being handed something, but I don't know if it actually comes to you. So, 4 of Cups. Yeah. Protecting justice. You want justice in the things you're offered. Strange energy, really. Or using justice and balancing scales. You know which offers to accept or what kind of things to accept in your life. Yeah. He's wielding the sword there too, Justice. Might be to do with wisdom. It is like, it's almost like maiden, mother, crone in my head. Here we have, you know, not to be generalizing, but often when we're younger, I don't know how old this woman is, but it's a thing of youth, isn't it? When we think about our first things thinking about like what we look like is when we're young. That's when we're first made aware of our appearance. And then you got a mother, and then you got what looks like a crone to me. Yeah. Which is cool. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Queen of Birds knows about how the Wheel of Fortune turns. You've got this real closed off energy. Maybe you're closed off because you've got to look after your kids or your family or those that matter to you. Working on something. There's a Knight. Page of Pentacles into Knight. Knight of Pentacles, okay. So taking this opportunity, if you get it, you'll have the wisdom to... oh, jeez. This energy won't go away. Judgment in the Tower. And a new perspective and resting. Wow. Maybe I need to update my shuffling. Yeah, so you've become wise. You become very wise in the future. You become wise in the future. You go through this transition almost. Through this competitive energy. Something about this competitive energy teaches you something about what to accept in your life and what is just for your future, your family, for things that cause compassion in your life, the things that are that divine feminine nurturing. Yeah, not accepting things that might disrupt that nurturing and that caring, or turn it upside down, or require justice. You shouldn't have to have justice, but obviously we do. But yeah, so some sort of judgment in the future you're making about a Tower. It's to do with a decision, something that was topsy-turvy, about a Ten of Cups. Okay. There's a Ten of Cups in your future, right at the end. That's ultimate fulfillment. The cups is like a journey. Here we have 2 cups. It's all about the whole emotional journey you go on. 10 of Cups is that fulfillment, and then you become a master, you become a page, or a knight, or a queen, or a king. And up the ranks go in the tarot. But it's about that fulfillment in your life, emotional fulfillment. In the future, you're using your knowledge and your wisdom that you've gained from the start of this journey to get your 10 of Cups. And it's by making the right decision. And so it looks like you do make the right decision in the future. So perhaps just trust your gut. Trust your inner owl. Protect your family from things that might disrupt the peace and nurturing care that you have. Things that matter to you. It could be friends. Not everyone's got family, It could be anything. It could be your cockapoo or your little poodle. But you're making judgments about that as well. So, yeah. All right. I have a last look at this money card from last week. Not last week, a few days ago it came up. Jesus came up as well. I have to cleanse my deck if it keeps repeating. It's like the Days of Our Lives series. What was the other one? Santa Barbara. I'm showing my age now. Although growing up in South Africa, everything came a bit later. So stuff that people who older than me would have known from their childhood, I probably would have watched. Because we didn't really have a telly growing up until I was a teenager. Young, maybe 10, I can't remember. So, moving away from troubled waters, King of Coins, the Lovers, this money, something to do with this romance, something to do with your wish fulfillment. Gosh, really coming out tonight. There's a real thing about some sort of union. Knight of Cups, yeah, King of Pentacles. Okay, do you know what? Flipping it. Let's talk about the money. What's this King of Coins? Is this the feeling you have? Like you don't want to just be stuck with your money? Yeah. However much that is. This could be a guy with that's a pensioner, although he's the King of Coins. So it suggests that there's a lot of money coming to him or her, whoever you are. Manifesting, the Magician, 5 of Cups. There's some regret, that independence, and the King of Swords again. Okay. Manifesting. Did you lose some sort? There's been some sort of emotional loss. This isn't monetary. You've had to build yourself back up to 9 cups somehow. You're trying to manifest something. Maybe you're trying to manifest this union with this Empress, whatever that is. To you, could be a project or a person, a job, some sort of creative thing. It's birthing of new things. The Empress is just like, she's awesome. 10 Pentacles and Judgment. Yeah. So it's about your 10 Pentacles, definitely. This, you've got this monetary fulfillment now. Maybe you've made a judgment on yourself. I'm drawn to how many people are in this card opposed to that one. He's there on his own with this goblin creature in the bag. And here everyone's calling to judgment from the angel. The angels come back. You're trying to manifest something emotional. Some sort of fulfillment for you that will satisfy you. Are you using money to do this, or it's what's missing? Yeah, it's what's missing. There's a judgment card here. This is about a choice you're making. You're making a choice. And basically, the choice is, who's that going to be? Or what's that going to be? Yeah, because you will have then money and love. Isn't that everyone's dream? Well, I guess maybe not if some people's dreams to do something completely different. I mean, some people do. But for many, this is the dream. 10 Pentacles and an Empress in your life. Instead of being the guy in the bed with lots of money and little goblin creatures bringing in more money. Right. I think that's my reading. You got to make a judgment on that in the future, it seems. Yeah. Right. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the brush deck and a bottom card. What should the viewer do? I know what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. I'm going to have a lay-in. I'm going to have some beetroot soup and then a lay-in. I like these long readings. Kind of makes sense to me after a while. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a story here. Ace of Vessels, pouring out blessings, success, satiety. I hate that word, I can't pronounce it. How do you say it? Satiety? I mean, it's just the word, it's the most awkward word. Satisfaction just does it. I mean, that word is enough, is it not? So yeah, pouring out blessings, success, and satisfaction. There's charity underneath there. Contemplation. Page of Birds, thoughtfulness, planning, melancholy and pause. Knight of Skates, finding direction, assertiveness, taming internal fear. Love it. The Ace of Skates came out at the start of the reading, which is like you don't know what to do with your big giant skate. And here we've got the Knight of Skates, who's become quite adept with both skates on. He can even play a fucking, what is that? A harp. A harp's called or something. He's riding a weird creature. Is that a, I don't know. Oh, sugar. Sorry. More elbows me. The Wayfarer, which is the Fool, which came up a bit in the reading as well. A new beginning. So saying to pour out blessings, success and satisfaction. I think I'm going to read you the meaning. I really like it. I've read it before. Ace of Vessels. No. The Ace of Vessels is similar to the traditional Ace of Cups. That's the love, the cup. The cup is here and there you have 10 cups. Here's the cups you're not taking anymore. You're not taking in any more emotional nonsense. Good on you. The Ace of Vessels is similar to the traditional Ace of Cups, but with more vivid imagery and without the religious symbology. A group of nude people, nice, sit around a gigantic barrel, drinking from the many holes drilled into it. Some people have jumped into the liquid, or demon creatures are helping them in. Those around the bottom of the barrel are overindulging. Many are throwing up the liquid or expelling it up their backsides. They are pooping themselves a bit. The barrel is a kind of cornucopia that will never be empty. In the background there is a table with a knife, rope and some spatters of blood. There are possibly the remains of things that will have been sacrificed and placed into the barrel, which is why it will never run dry. The demons who serve as the barrel continually fill it with fresh life. This card is connected with abundance and joy. It's like, it's the strangest Ace of Cups I've ever seen, but I rather like it. So just tap into abundance and remember that reservoir within yourself is endless. Here we have the Virgin Mother. She has an endless reservoir of love within her. And that doesn't mean that you have to take offers you don't want. You don't. So after some contemplation, it looks like you take some serious action here. We've got Page of Birds, thoughtfulness, planning, melancholy, pause. You're pausing currently to think about what you need to do. And then you've got Knight of Skates, finding direction, assertiveness, taming inner fear. Tame your inner fear, and then you can skate freely and go on this new path, the Wayfarer. I think that's pretty cut and dry. Really satisfied with that. Love a good midnight fish reading. Grab one last card just as a treat. And a cherry on top. C. Oh, two. No, which one? Both? Two, apparently. Trust the process. Yeah. Embrace the unknown. Patience is needed. And beware of unwelcome energy, which I think is here. It's the skeleton. Yeah. Beware of unwelcome energy. But yeah, still be patient. Embrace the unknown, which is the Fool, and just trust the process. Love it. Be true to yourself. This is the open road. Cool. It's already yours. Surrender, and you have everything you need. Well, I'm kind of tired now. I could carry on explaining what all these things are, but I couldn't have asked for two nicer cards to end that reading on. Thanks for listening. If you've had a good time, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Whatever you're doing this Thursday evening at midnight, well, whenever you're listening, I hope you're having a good time. Bye.